Good morning, dear students. Look at the colorful circle that I have drawn here. Here, colorful. Why I say? Because you see, this arc. It is an unit circle. This arc of the circle I have made green. This is can say sky blue. This is again sky blue. This part is again sky blue. So this is sky blue, and this is also sky blue, and this is green, and this is brinjal color. So why I made like this? Just to make you understand that I want to say that this arc, suppose its length is x unit length, x unit. Okay, then since it is an unit circle, if we join the endpoints of this arc with the center O, we'll get an angle here. Okay, we'll get an angle here. This is the angle. I mean to say this angle. This angle, its measure will be x radian. In radian measure I am saying. Okay, dear students, you understood? Next, suppose I have one more arc here. Okay, one more arc that I have addition. Mark it as with green sky blue color. That, and I am saying that its measure is suppose y unit length. What is the length of this arc? Y unit. Then it will subtend an angle here at the center. If we join this endpoint of the arc with the center, then we will get an angle here at the center. This angle will be y radian. Clear, dear students? Now this arc is also drawn, which is sky blue in color, and since it is in clockwise direction I have drawn, I am saying that this is drawn in clockwise direction. We are measuring from this point. Say this point is suppose P1. This point I am saying its coordinate is 1, 0. So since it is drawn in clockwise direction, if I join this point, and its length also I have taken as y unit length only. Y unit, but in clockwise direction. But this is taken in anti-clockwise direction. This is taken in anti-clockwise direction. So what is the angle subtended by this arc at the center? Y radian. Then since it is in clockwise direction, if I join this point, say this point is suppose P3 suppose, P3. Okay, P2 will be here, this point. Let us mark that way. Let us take this point as P4, dear students, not P1. And this point is suppose P1. And this point is suppose P2. Okay, serially it is P1, P2, P3, P4, that way. Okay, and this arc is also of length y unit. Then when I join this point with the center, then here at the center we will get an angle whose measure will be y radian, but this is negative angle. This one you can say minus y radian, because this is in clockwise direction. This is taken in anti-clockwise direction. This is in anti-clockwise direction. Dear students, did you get the point? What I said? This is in anti-clockwise direction. Its length is x unit. So this is a unit circle. So this angle's measure is x radian. This is also in clockwise anti-clockwise direction. Its measure is y unit length. Therefore, it subtends here an angle whose measure is y radian. And this arc also is equal to this arc only. Then its measure will be, if it is its length is y unit, since it is in clockwise direction, this angle subtended by this arc at the center will be minus y radian. Now, dear students, suppose this part which is subtended by this arc P2, P3, this part is suppose z. This angle is suppose z radian. Now if I join this point P1 with P3, I will get a triangle here. Just you see, this is a triangle. That triangle's name will be P1O P3. Okay, its angle P1O P3. What is its measure? P1O P3. What will be its measure? Just you say from the diagram, using the diagram, its measure will be y plus z radian. Y plus z. Now if I join this point P2 with P4, P2 is P4, then I will get a triangle here also. That triangle will be just like this. As you see here, if I join this P4 which P2, then one triangle I am getting here. You can very clearly see that triangle is P2O P4. I am shading it with a yellow color, just try to recognize that triangle. Okay, is it clear, dear students? I am talking about triangle P2O P4. In the triangle also, if you see the measure of angle P2O P4, P2O P4, P2O P4, this angle, I am talking about this angle. What is the measure? This part is Z, no, colored which is red, Z, and this angle's measure is minus y radian, but it is minus y, but numerically it is y only, means its value is, magnitude is y radian only. So what is the measure of angle P2O P4? Measure of angle P2O P4 will be equal to same P2O P4. Its measure also will be y plus z. You should not take minus sign, because minus is just to tell you that this is in this clockwise direction. So when you say the magnitude of this angle P2O P4, you have to ignore the minus sign. What is the value of this whole angle, this angle? You have to say z plus y or y plus z. Look at these two values, dear students. Look at these two values. Both are same. So what you can say from this? We can say that therefore angle P1O P3 is equal to angle P2O P4. These two angles are equal. Now I ask you to look at the triangles as I direct you, as I instruct you. Look at the triangle. One is P1O P3, another is P2O P4. In these two triangles, if you notice carefully, OP is equal to OP2. Why they are equal? OP1 is equal to, in triangle P1O P3. So I am writing here, in triangle P1O P3 and triangle P2O P4, P2O P4, P2O P4, what you can say? OP1 is equal to OP2. Okay, because they are radii of the same circle. Radius of the same circle are equal, all are equal. Another is OP3 equal to OP3 from this triangle. OP3 equal to OP4, you can say. OP4, same region, radii, no? Then another point is P1O P3, this angle. P1O P3 is equal to P2O P4. Angle P1O P3 is equal to angle P2O P4. Okay, dear students, which is shown already here. Proved above. So now what you will say about these two triangles? These two triangles are congruent triangles. What are the triangles? One is P1O P3 and one is P2O P4 are congruent triangles. Therefore, by SAS congruence rule or SAS congruency, we can say triangle P1O P3 is congruent to triangle P2O P4. Okay, dear students? Since the triangles are congruent, what is the conclusion that can be drawn from here? That side P1 P3, this line segment will be equal to this line segment. CPCT, no? P1 P3 will be equal to P1 P3 will be equal to P2 P4. P2 P4. That is CPCT. CPCT. So if we square also both these terms, P1 P3 square equal to P2 P4 square. You may be thinking why sir is squaring it. I am telling you one thing. Here you see, dear students, P1 P3 square I wrote because this is about the distance between P1 and P3. So P1 P3 means the distance between P1 and P3. What is the coordinate of this point? Because this is x radian, this angle is x radian, then its coordinate will be, because we have learnt earlier in an unit circle, then like this, suppose this is an unit circle, and here in the unit circle, here is a point, P, and this part of the arc substance and angle here x, then its coordinate is what? Cos x sin x. You recall? Cos x sin x. Similar way, it's the point P1, its coordinate will be cos x comma sin x, because x radian is subtended here. Since up to here this angle is y radian, but we have to measure the angle from always from starting point, from this point to this point here up to this point. What is the measure of this whole angle? This is x radian plus this y radian. That means this point's coordinates will be what? Cos x plus y and sin x plus y. This point's coordinates will be cos, we have to write like this, cos of x plus y, comma, abscissa this one, and ordinate will be sine of x plus y, bracket closed. So this is the coordinate of the point P2. Okay, dear students, clear? Next, come to the point P3. P3, since it is from this side you are forming, its coordinate you can say like this, cos of minus y, because this is minus y radian, this angle is minus y radian, so that's why its abscissa will be cos of minus y, comma, sine of minus y. Okay, dear students, this is the coordinate of the point P3. This is the coordinate of the point P2. This is the coordinate of the point P1. Are these points clear, dear students? Okay, this should be clear. Now, and this point P4, its coordinate you know only because this is 1 unit radius, 1 unit. So abscissa is 1 and ordinate is 0, 1, 0. P4's coordinate is 1, 0. Now, dear students, that means there is a relationship between these coordinates with these coordinates, because this distance is equal to this distance. Here in class 10 you have learned distance formula in coordinate geometry. You can apply here distance formula to know the relationship between these coordinates. What is the relationship between these two coordinates? So that is why I said P1 P3 you got. So you write P1 P3 equal to P2 P4, and after that you write the square of both sides, so that we can use here distance formula. So all of you recall distance formula. What was the distance formula? Just I am reminding you here. Just you see here. Distance formula was like this. The distance between 2 points PQ is PQ square can be written as x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. This is called distance formula. Or if you don't put this square, then here will be a square root sign. Since we are starting with square only, no need of square root sign now. So P1 P3 square, you can say from the diagram. Here what is the code what called abscissa? Cos x. So you have to write like this, cos x here will be like this, cos x minus cos of minus y the whole square plus then ordinate sin x here. So sin x minus this sin y, sin of minus y, sin x minus sin of minus y the whole square. That is P1 P3 whole square. Okay, this whole expression for P1 P3 whole square. Okay, dear students, right hand side now equal to Now for P2 P4 whole square. P2 P4 whole square. Since space is not here, I am writing here itself below, but after the equal sign, okay, whatever I am writing after the equal sign. P2 P4. P2 is what here? Cos of x plus y, and here 1. So abscissa is cos of x plus y minus 1 the whole square plus sine of x plus y minus 0 whole square. This is the right hand side part. So now dear students, now our work is to simplify this whole expression. This part you understood now? Once again I am saying P1 P3 means abscissa minus abscissa whole square, abscissa minus abscissa the whole square plus ordinate minus ordinate the whole square is equal sign. After that P2 P4 whole square, abscissa minus abscissa whole square, abscissa cos of x plus y, abscissa here 1, so cos of x plus y minus 1 the whole square plus ordinate sine of x plus y, and ordinate here 0 in the P4, so 0 cos sine of x plus y minus 0 the whole square. Clear dear students? After that again we will not look at a diagram, so I will just will be writing just will simplifying this whole expression. Dear students, cos of x, and this is minus cos of minus theta, you recall cos of minus theta is cos theta only, so we can write it as cos x minus cos y whole square plus sin x, then sine of minus y, sine of minus y you got minus sin y, means sine of minus theta is minus sin theta. Recall no dear students this expression, that cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta, rough work, okay, and sine of minus theta is equal to minus sin theta. Here will be a negative sign, so that thing I am saying here, okay. So sine of minus y is minus sin y, so minus minus it will become plus, so it will be sin y the whole square. Right hand side now, right hand side is what? Cos of x plus y minus 1 the whole square, cos of x plus y whole square. What will it be? Cos square x plus y minus twice ab, because it is like a minus b the whole square. Use here a minus b the whole square formula. Think this one as a, this one as b, a minus b the whole square. So a square minus twice ab, 2 into cos of x plus y into b is 1 plus 1 square, so b square. After that again this is there no, plus sine of x plus y minus 0 is sine of x plus y only. If you square it will be sine square x plus y. Is it clear dear students? Now we have to expand this line again, this line. Expand this, what will it be? Cos square x, then minus 2 cos x by a minus b whole square formula, 2 cos x cos y plus cos square y, then plus sin square x plus sin square y, then plus 2 sin x cos sin y by a plus b whole square formula, sin x sin y. Now after that equal sign, after the equal sign what is there, then I am writing here only. Just dear students, you look at this expression, this is cos square and this is sin square, angle is same, x plus y, cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, you know only, you know, cos square plus sin square, immediately you can write here 1. Combining these two terms together we can write here 1, because these both the terms are in the right hand side of equal sign. Only remaining minus 2 into cos of this term, cos of x plus y into 1 as it is, plus 1 square is 1, okay. Now dear students, you see here cos square x, and underline with the same color, try to understand. This cos square x and this sin square x together they make another 1, you know now, This is 1. Okay. Then I will underline again with same colors as you see. This cos square y, again this sin square y, they are also together making 1. Another one means cos square y plus sin square is 1. Cos square theta plus sin square theta. Then you are which? Minus 2 cos x cos y plus 2 sin x sin y. So positive term is here. So I take that 2 as a common factor, 2, and this positive term I write here, 2 sin x plus sin x sin y minus this cos x cos y, cos x cos y. Or you could keep it same only, no problem. Okay, equal to 1 plus this 1 minus 2 cos x plus y. Okay, dear students. So now from both the sides, what are the terms that we can remove? 1 with this 1. This left hand side 1 and this right hand side 1. So then we have like this. This minus 2 cos x plus y, the right hand side term, this minus 2 cos x plus y, I am taking it to left hand side. It will become 2 cos x plus y. And these two terms I am taking to the right hand side. Then this negative term will become positive. This positive will become negative. So it will become like this. 2 positive, this will be positive cos x cos y, and this will become negative minus sin x sin y. So from both the sides, if 2 cancelled, the final thing is just like this. Cos of x plus y is equal to cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. So today this derivation is your homework. Okay, dear students, this derivation work is your homework. You derive it, and this is very useful formula. We can use it later on. I'll tell you where you can use it. Okay, dear students, thank you and have a nice day. This derivation is your homework.